Hello, Toddbug here with Breaking the Stream, and welcome to a new Let's Play of Conquest of Elysium 5. The last playthrough we did was the Demonologist, so if you haven't checked that out, highly recommend it. It was a lot of fun. Got to show off a lot of what the Demonologist can do, including the summoning of several Demon Lords, which are all unique and very, very cool. So, highly recommend it again, and as always, if you are enjoying our videos and you want to see more, please like, comment, subscribe, as that really helps us out. But today we're going to start a new game. We're going to do our usual settings of a large map with battle reports on. We're going to add a new player, and then we're going to go up to the count difficulty. It's going to be a beginner-friendly playthrough, like usual, and will be played to completion. But this time we're going to tackle the Troll King. So the Troll King is really cool. You get a beat stick in the Troll King himself, very tough, and is capable of taking out entire armies by himself. However, there are certain things you have to be careful of, so we'll make sure to demonstrate that when we play. You also can collect fungi with the Mother, Shaman, and Witch Doctors that can be used for magic rituals, and those are going to be a lot of fun to do. If you recruit humans at special locations, they cost twice the gold, but you can do that. And then Ancient Forests can be used as citadels, so all very cool stuff. Very, very fun one, and generally one that people recommend for new players, so this will be a good one to show off here. Alright, so we start off with some special recruits, but we'll go ahead and look at our basic troops. When looking at troops, you're looking at three things: hit points, armor, and damage. The other stats are useful later if you start looking at more advanced tactics, but generally those are going to be the three you need to worry about to get started. So goblins have 2 hit points. Standard troops usually have 5 or 6. Armor is 0, so every point of armor reduces damage taken by 1. Very useful stat. And then damage, these guys, when you see that plus or minus here in this, it adds to the top number, not the bottom number. So in this case, it is 1 to 2 damage that they do. So pretty weak. The other unit you can recruit on the regular is the Ogre. 22 hit points, so as you can see, 11 times the hit points of a regular Gobbo. No armor though, so it still will take damage pretty reasonably. And then does 1 to 15 damage with this little sweep, which means any leftover damage will then be carried over to a new target, so you never waste damage or overkill with them. So very cool. We now have access to Goblin Spearmen. They do an extra damage, so if you ever have them, you won't have them every time, but if you do, you always recruit them over regular Gobbos. Wolfkin are mounted Gobbos. They have 2 attacks because the wolf attacks and they attack, and so they do a lot of damage. 5 hit points, but again, no armor, so they're going to die fairly quickly, which is unfortunate because those guys are really cool. And then the trolls, which are going to be our bread and butter as always, because they've got regeneration. 5% of their hit points regenerate each battle round, which can really add up to a lot of longevity. They have 2 armor as well, so they're taking reduced damage from everything. So that's what we could recruit. Our lord, though, is just the big version of the troll. 110 hit points, has 3 armor, regenerates 6 hit points a turn because of that 5%. And does 1 to 32 damage, which is also on a sweep, so fantastic there. Most importantly, he's giant size, so that means he can move around on the world map really quickly, which other people cannot do. So that's going to be a big part of what we do. We also start with no income, so that's very important to note because we're the only race that does. So we got to go and find things in order to improve our army like we want to. So that's going to be a focus for us for sure. So we've got everything. One thing I always like to set up is trade early on in case we get some trade, and then we'll go ahead and start exploring the world map. So go ahead and do that. So generally trolls start in the north of the continent, so they're going to always be near snow, even in the summer months. One thing I didn't show off was the shadow tree. This is something new they added to Conquest of Elysium 5 versus 4. Because a lot of the problems you would have is that things would attack and take your home citadel, because Gobbos just could not defend against a lot of the animals that were out there. So this gives you a lot of staying power. 2 armor, 60 hit points, a couple of attacks. Pierce and blunt resistance, so they're resistant against a lot of things that would attack you. So that's very useful. You lose the game if you lose your last commander or you lose your last citadel, so you have to protect both, unfortunately. And then movement is generally 1 per open space, but because of snow, it adds another one. So that's normally 2, but we reduce all movement costs by 1. But the forest itself is normally 2, so 3 in the snow, so it actually costs us 2 to go there. So in case you're wondering about the movement. But being giant size really means that you can explore the map a lot quicker especially in snowy realms like this. And we got a market village. Amazing. So we'll go ahead and take that next round. So we'll spend our action points wisely, and then we'll crash in. So the market village will give us 3 income, which unfortunately will reduce by half. But it'll also give us 1 trade, so we can start getting that iron, which we need to recruit our trolls and such. So, and this will be our first income. So battle rounds, as you can see, every turn, everybody moves, tries an attack. If they're not in range, we just continue the next battle round. And then, yep, I'll basically delete all of those guys, and they can't do anything to me. So, all right. So, I talked about movement. First of all, these are Minotaurs. Minotaurs are amazing. 30 hit points. They do 1 to 16 damage and 1 to 8 damage. So, they can trample, but they won't be able to do that to my Troll King. My Troll King will not be able to fight this many Minotaurs, though. But this is a labyrinth. And as you can see, it costs 9 movement plus 1 due to the snow. So, 10 movement. Which means that if I were to move on there, I would not be able to control my Troll King for another 4 rounds if he survives. But this usually will have some sort of magic item for jumping onto it and killing all those Minotaurs. We're not going to worry about it now, but... Battle in the Troll Pit. So the bandits attacked us. As you can see, all the goblins have died. And now the bandits are going to go and get themselves killed. Luckily, the archers eventually have an AI thing where they have to go and attack, because otherwise you'll have infinite battle loops, especially if you have regenerating units that don't move. It's, well, as you can see, that's the reason why we need that shadow tree, because they just obliterated all of my goblins pretty easily. So, and they would have taken out the tree if given enough time. So, a bunch of recruits. All right, you guys are just hanging out in the mountains, huh? I'm looking for any resources. Jeez. So as you can see, we got 1 trade, so we're getting 1 iron a turn. That 1 trade equals 1 gold worth of resources, and so iron is a cost of 1. So as you can see, we got 4 iron despite having no income, but that means our gold income has been reduced as a result. So we'll just head over here. Oops, that's a thing you'll worry about later. All right, rock troll, forest troll. Okay, there's a barbarian temp village. As long as it doesn't have a priest, will be good. So a couple things that you have to worry about as a troll, and that's what we call ethereal troops. Oh yeah, castle, that'll be nice. Ethereal troops, basically, you only hit them 1 out of 4 times, and since you only attack once each round, that means if you miss, you do nothing. And the ethereal troops can wear you down. If you get something that summons ethereal troops, you're even worse off. So we'll overrun the serpent, and then we'll attack this castle. So ethereal troops are going to be a problem. And then anything that has staying power or some other summoning. Summoning generally will be a bane of yours. Those are things you have to worry about. Here, normally walls are a problem for people because these things will stay protected. These iron gates are highly protected with their 4 armor and 50 hit points. But my Troll King can just walk up and kill things. Unfortunately, he's going to focus and fixate on the gates. So he's going to take damage, but he will win. So, oh no, he walked around the gates. That's amazing. Maybe this Troll King is smarter than the others. But yeah, normally you wouldn't be able to take a castle like that for a while with any other purchase or with any other army. So that was a nice get. See, and the reason we need the iron is you can see the rock troll, which is really cool because it's pierce and slash resistant, 56 hit points with the regeneration. Costs 60 iron. And then this is heavy infantry, which you can recruit at any castle. So that's something that is really cool. We're basically going to attack this port. So we're just going to move there and take the port. Because the port gives us more trade and more gold as well. So we'll do that. And that should be pretty easy. So we'll take a look at these guys. So these guys have broadswords, so they're pretty easy. Bowman, range 5, does 1 to 3 damage. But yeah, otherwise this will be a pretty easy thing. So speed it up again. So Did some damage, caused some afflictions to me. What do we got? Death Wish and Festering Wound. So we'll heal those up shortly. Shouldn't be a problem at all. Stupid sea dog. But you can only go in sea spots, so. Alright, we finished exploring there. Come back down. Big thing about regeneration. Normally those afflictions don't heal unless you have regeneration. So with regeneration, I don't have to worry about those. They will heal over time. So, all right, we'll overrun the sea dogs, and then we'll come down here. All right, forest troll. Yeah, that would be nice. We'll worry about that though. What I'm looking for is that. That's what I need. So it's a monster lair. So it summons animals, essentially. But it acts as a citadel for us. Just a bunch of revelers and maenads, huh? Okay, good. None of these are casters, so we don't have to worry about that. But oh, there's a brigand lair, too. So, alright, battle in the forest. Kill some deer. Alright. And will-o-wisp. He just walked in, mesmerize, magic resistance negates, enslave, magic resistance negates. It shouldn't be able to win against this. I don't think you get crit rolls on those, but I don't know for sure. We're going to go ahead and crash in now. And this should be... Oh, John the Baron has been eliminated. That's good. I don't like barons. They're generally annoying because they get very large armies very quickly. Forest troll. So one of the things you get when you're in an ancient forest are free forest trolls, which I already got one. So they're pretty nice. 1 to 17 damage, 32 hit points, 2 armor, and regeneration. So 32 hit points isn't a lot, but they're tiny. And that's very useful because not a lot of troops can get in and attack them. And because their regeneration is still 2 to 3 points every combat round, that means less attacks against them means that less damage can be inflicted, which means their regeneration still retains its power. So that's very cool. I'll save the gold right now. We're looking for, ideally, a... there's a port. Ideally, we want to get ourselves a shaman of some sort because right now we have a resource we can be getting, but we don't have anybody that knows about it. So, and you'll see that when we get it. So... Key thing to look at is these guys look identical, but these guys have a little thing on the back of their sprite that is a crossbow. So those guys are ranged attackers. Not really a problem for the Troll King. He's going to basically be able to take them out. He's going to be able to take these guys out too, so that's awesome. But yeah, that's something important to note if you're trying to debate attacking things with your armies. So. Done. Alright, so it's snowy. Best we can do, let's see, we got just one forest troll, is we'll take the watchtower for now, and then we'll be able to take this port afterwards. Battle in a watchtower. Pretty easy. Alright, so the one affliction you always have to be worried about with the Troll King is blindness. If they get you twice with blindness, they'll take one eye and then they'll take the other. You will end up losing. So you have to be careful of that. The other thing you have to be worried about is temporary insanity, and only for specific things. If you go out onto ice to fight something, for instance, if they make you temporarily insane, you won't be able to move and you'll end up drowning. And it's a silly way for you to lose your Troll King is to drowning. So as you can see, they did 2 afflictions because he gets obsessed with gates. Only one left. He lost an eye, so now we want to be careful. We can just overrun you guys, though. I kind of want to take out that will-o-wisp because that creates bandits there. I need gold. Oh, goody. The will-o-wisp moved away. So the will-o-wisp himself isn't tough. That enslave is always scary, though. 6 hit points. It's ethereal, so it would take a number of attacks. Oh, my magic resistance is only 5. I thought it was higher for some reason. I thought enslaved didn't go against... Oh, enslaved does go against magic resistance. Yep, definitely do not want to fight that with the Troll King. No use. I mean, they could get the spearman. They may have a chance against him, but he's going to turn everybody. He confuses and enslaves. So yeah, they would never be able to do anything against him. If I had archers, that would be different, but... we're close to getting a rock troll, but we could get a regular troll, and I think we'll do that. Even though that will-o-wisp is our bane right now. Even these snakes will do some damage, you'll see. Because snakes are tiny, so we miss 50% of the time, but... Okay, well that didn't really affect us at all, did it? Alright, so ghouls, not a worry. Oh, it didn't overrun them. But we'll take the graveyard. Ghouls are just 1 to 4 damage, but if they kill you, they cause disease as well. Not a problem for things that regenerate. But if they kill you, they'll turn you into ghoul, which is really cool. 11 hit points. They have all the usual undead things, so we'll look at that more if we meet more undead. But this will also spawn undead if you don't take it, so... Bandit lair, and we'll kill this. Nice and easy. Alright, that's a spider thicket, which spawns spiders, which can be problematic for us, because they all do poison. And yeah, I definitely don't want to deal with that, so we'll just kill that. Battle in the plain. So, you saw how many attacks it took, right? It took us 7 rounds to kill 3 snakes, because half the time we miss. That's the important thing to note. Okay. So we're finding resources. We're going to swing back here. What are our special recruits? Rock Troll. Don't have the iron for that. Wolfkin Reavers. Those are pretty cool. This thing is being annoying, but I don't have anything I can do against it, right? If I can get some archers, then I'd have a chance, because those things don't have to get in range to do the damage. Mom has decided her son cannot handle war, and she's come to take charge. Beautiful. So goblin archers. Okay, so Mum has arrived here. That's useful. Let's go ahead and get those goblin archers here. Forest giant. That would be bad for us if he got taken. Alright. This army should be sufficient. So Mum is really cool because she's almost as powerful as her son. She's got 92 hit points instead of 110. She also regenerates his giant size. She also gets swamp move and troll magic. So she can Curse of the Frog Prince, turn things into a frog. She casts Plague, not my favorite of her spells. And she has Fear, which is actually quite useful. Are you mindless? You are not, but you are charm immune, but you're not fear immune, so we could make you run. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and we transfer this army to her, and we're going to go ahead and take out this stupid wisp, hopefully. Hopefully. Alright, we got bandits and bandits, brigands and brigands, actually. So we'll kill these brigands first, we'll go and kill the other ones next. Alright, battle in the forest. There we go. So as you can see, the will-o-wisp got 3 of our goblin archers and 1 of our trolls. Because it basically, I'll let you see it here, it converted this to its side, which is one of our trolls. It's unfortunate. But as you can see, our archery did its damage there. It also converted this using confusion, which happens too. But we managed to fear it, so it is now running away. So those archers were key for that. This one should be nice and easy. There you go. So we could do 10 archers for 93 gold. That's a really good value. What do I need to defend with that? 2 wolves. Okay. We're going to go ahead and throw the archers here. So the archers normally are 50 gold for your 5. So you're getting 10 of them with the discount of 7 gold. They hit for 1 to 3 damage at a range of 5 and defend walls really well. So that's the best place to put them, I think. Okay, we'll crush them. Mum now can allow us to take forests. So unfortunately we need to come here and drop off all the troops because they're slowing us down. And then she's going to basically rampage through the forest and start getting us our fungus income. As you can, oops, sorry, that's not the thing. So as you can see, we get that. It's autumn, so we get doubled our normal. So right now we're getting 21 fungus. And as we take more of these forests, they give us 1 each. So as you can see here, our base home gives us 7. And then our ancient forest, and everything else get doubled because of that. So very nice. All right, battle in a hamlet. Nice and easy. All right. So Mum, we're just going to come down and we're going to come back up and grab all of these. Oh, and she also can cast rituals, so we'll take a look at that, what that looks like. Nice and easy fight here. Goblin Murderer. All right. We're going to take you just because I need to get rid of you anyways. All right, so now she's going to be slowed down because of the stupid snow. But, yeah, so she also gets rituals. So she can do a Vision Brew. Boiling Cauldron caster drops Eye of Newt and Toe of Frog, Wool of Bat, and Tongue of Dog. Get knowledge of the surrounding areas and whatever enemies may lurk there. It's unreliable, so it'll leave a lot of blind spots. We'll also reveal stealthy troops and battles that take place at the location targeted by scrying. It's kind of a neat thing. Only costs us 50, so we could actually do it now if we wanted to, but we don't need to. Fairy circles activating. Only activate during midsummer, so that's something. If you stand on a fairy circle, like this one here, in midsummer, it will actually activate and send you to the nearest ancient forest, which could be good, could be bad, but so we could actually just do that and activate it anytime if we wanted to. But we basically can also do this ritual of Grand Mastery. She's a level 2 caster now. This will make her level 3 and give her access to level 3 rituals as well. But we're probably going to use the lesser ones first, the ritual of Mastery, to learn new abilities as we go. So because those are going to be very useful. All right, battle in the forest. Moose versus Troll. We knew how that was going to go. All right, we're going to take this and crash here. Mom is just going to take that. Battle in a farm. So as you can see, we're quite powerful, but there are definitely things we have to be careful of as the as our massive thug is going around and around the countryside and taking over things. We have to be wary of certain things like those spiders because of all the poison they do, especially the tiny ones. We'll go ahead and kill these guys. Alright, we're up to full movement again, so we'll grab that and work our way back. So, battle in a flame. A lot of bandits, but as you can see, the high armor saves us there, so go ahead and snag that farm. We're just basically building up our fungus income because it's going to be very useful to our next strategy. We've got a decent amount of gold now, so whenever we get recruits for... Ooh, goblin archers, actually. Let's go ahead and drop 10 goblin archers there for now. But yeah, we're just keeping an eye out for special recruits now and getting them as needed. And 10 more goblin archers. That'll be useful here. Okay. Alright. Finish grabbing these forests. And then we're going to continue our exploration to the east here. There we go. So Mom has done her part. Alright. So we're at 184, so we're going to use some of those herbs to learn. Might as well overrun and take that forest as well. Puts us in position. Alright, so we're going to go here. We're going to use our special powers for a Ritual of Mastery. So we can plant a shadow tree, With this ritual, an old tree is transformed into a vengeful shadow tree. The shadow tree is stealthy and will ambush any creatures that enter its forest. Being a tree, it's also very sturdy and can take a great amount of punishment before it dies. Created in most forests and jungles, including the troll pit. So that's a fun one, but not what we were looking for. Call the Old Forest. This is the one. The ritual is used to awaken the old and sinister forces dormant in the Forest of Elysium. Once awakened, the forest will reanimate any corpses in them, and the vengeful vegetation begins thriving in the forest. The awakened forests are called troll forests, and the creatures will aid their creators in conquering the world. Any humanoid animal that dies in a troll forest will eventually become carrion creatures. Dead beings are held together and animated by vines directed by the will of the troll forests. So that is what we want. And that's 150, but the only question is I have to figure out where corpses are, so... 10 goblin archers. Alright. I think we have enough goblin archers now to basically hold all of our things. So we'll go ahead and grab the goblin archers here. Mum, you'll go ahead and transfer up the troll. And we'll come and take this forest and that. Okay, ancient temple with an imp and 4 cultists. I hate cultists. I really hate cultists. We're going to take this castle. We're going to probably need to get some gobos. And we see our first enemy controlled structure there. So, battle in a castle. Alright, nicely done. 10 goblin archers. That's very useful. I don't have the gold, darn it. Alright, so affliction we took and kept, never healing wound. Doesn't mean what it means, but it's 20% less hit points, so that's rough. Definitely need to take out these cultists here. So Mum will bring over some troops for that purpose. Ooh, swamp. So Mum will take those swamps as well, because she has swamp move. Oh, there's a hamlet there. Okay. That's good. Alright. Bunch of recruits, including archers. So let's go ahead and grab those goblin archers. Wolfkin probably would have been better, actually, now that I'm thinking it through, but let's see, 1, 2, 3. So I can go here. We'll transfer out the troll because it does not have swamp move. And she can take over these swamps, which give us 3 fungus each. And we'll transfer out this troll, or transfer in the troll. And as you can see, our hit points are low. Won't matter because we always heal to full before a battle, but it's because the never healing wound was fixed. So, alright, we're good there. Alright, so we got a Kobold King. That could be interesting. Heart of Life. Ooh. Okay, we don't really need it, but definitely could be fun. So we'll go there. Mom, you're going to be joining us. These guys are nasty because they do infernal magic, which can be a lot of fire, and can do a good amount of damage, especially since it does 50% more against our trolls. So we got to be very careful here. So we're going to grab the Goblin Spearmen here, and I think between them and Mum will be in great shape. So we'll do that. The reason why it's important when we take this out is that these guys can, if I remember correctly, oh, these are just regular cultists, so maybe not. But if you leave a mad cultist available in a spot, they will eventually open a gate to Inferno, and that is bad news bears for everybody. So, all right. So spell-wise, Flame Burst, 1 to 8 damage. Yep. So they got that. Pain, 1 to 10 damage, and Flame Burst. Flame Burst and Summon Imp, and Pain and Spontaneous Combustion. So all of those are bad for us. But once we get into that fight, as you can see, we did okay. But we did lose 4 and 4. But that's good because they targeted those guys instead of me. So Lake Troll. Those are always cool. Lake Trolls are amphibious. They regenerate, and they have 1 armor. So they have their uses. They're just fun. But, yeah. At this point, Mom, you take the army. And let's I should be probably taking these fairy circles because they have things, but we'll take that instead. Storm Dragon. Ooh. Well, we'll see what happens. At this point, you're going to transfer all the army out here. And we'll do that. Just put them together, because if that dragon comes and attacks, it won't be able to take out both. Troll and 10 swordsmen. So the dragon's pretty rough, especially since it has a heart of life. Gives it false life. That doesn't really help anything. Chest wound, Hades immunity. So yeah, that actually doesn't help them at all. But basically, it has this lightning breath, so it does 1 to 9 damage, and it can bounce up to 10 times. Bite. It's got a claw. It's got a tail sweep. So it does a lot of damage. It also causes fear, but that won't be a problem for my Troll King because he's got a high morale. Let's see. Stupid. Flying giant size causes fear. Yeah, that's pretty much all it is. Just high armor, lots of hit points, flies, and does a lot of powerful attacks. So I think we're going to attack it, but we're going to leave that for next video because we got to have a reason for you to come back, right? Also, I hope you guys are enjoying what you see because, as you can see, we've got a pretty good start here. It can be tough as a Troll King because you got to make sure you know the fights. And that's one of the arguments against them being a starter faction for a lot of people because of that. Because if you pick the wrong fights, you can die. But it is a great way to learn what you have to be aware of on enemy units. So maybe that is why it's a good starting faction. But anyways, we're going to leave it here. As always, if you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, subscribe, as mentioned before. And I will catch you guys next time.